I guess we wrote the lyric, "It takes two to break a heart" first, and we really then somehow just got attached to the 2 to break, 22 break. And we were kind of thinking about the concept of that, how it's two sides. And so we've split the how do you say that we've made an album of 11 songs, and we're currently working on another album
really say,
of 11 songs, and together the whole thing will combine to 22, and then we're going to tour in 2022. So just this 22 is just appearing everywhere, wasn't it?
It's also such a beautiful number.
Yeah, it's the best number.
It's really cool.
Oh, this is very deep for a Tuesday morning, isn't it? What is love? For me, love is the feeling that you just can't be without someone. It's just a lack of ability to imagine your life without them.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I kept holding on to, was like,
it's impossible.
It's just physically impossible for me to not have Anthony in my life. I just don't know how I would function. Even in the moments where I was like, I'm not enjoying this relationship, or I'm really struggling, or whatever it was, I would always just come back to that. I can't. He's like part of me. There's no other way to explain it, I suppose. What's love, Ant?
What's love? I guess love is the feeling that you can't get from yourself, and you need that other person to give you that sense of like understanding and home. And to know the world's quite very lonely if you don't have that person in it.
Well, and that person can be anyone, not just romantic, but humans need love. It's home. Yeah.
We're quite professional.
No, you're not going to say that.
I think we love...
Professionalism got us through.
I honestly think if we didn't have... We set ourselves a deadline. And if we hadn't had that deadline, then we wouldn't have had a focus and a kind of end goal in mind. We could have made this album for a lot longer, I think. But we kind of were like, let's figure this out in the next 6 months, whatever it was. And we do take our work seriously.
We take our work like more seriously than our relationship, which I think is the problem. We love our job so much. We'll do it forever, over anything. We played a show last week, which is being streamed globally on this Thursday, which we're really excited about. But that's the first time that we've ever played these songs live. And I had announced before the show, I was like, this is the last time that we're ever going to play these songs live as well, because it's going to be too painful. But
now people listen to the album and they're like, we'd love to hear these songs live. We're like, oh no, how are we going to do that?
So I think what will motivate us is the fact that they'll help and comfort other people. So we just need to detach from them and pretend like they're not our songs, and then we'll be able to sing them maybe. Or you just come to an Wonder show and everyone's crying. That's the alternative. I guess the first thing is ask yourself if you can imagine them not being in your life. And if you can imagine that, then I think you've got a lot more questions to ask about yourself and what you want out of life. But if you can't imagine them being in your life, then I guess it's like,
work on it.
Be patient, be kind, have time for the other one, have time for yourself.
Take what space you need.
Yeah.
Or just write an album about it.
Oh, yeah. There's so many things.
The best thing for me with hindsight, the first thing was designing it. That was the fun. I like this room I designed, and I love designing spaces, and designing spaces for other people is even cooler. And how people will interact with the space and using textures and what materials. But then the best thing about the shop is the community that we have built in our staff. We have amazing staff who are all artistic musicians, actors, artists, and they are now just like all best friends.
That's
and
really cool.
It's given people a sense of purpose in the past year, which a lot of people found very hard, especially creative people. Over here, there was no funding for creative people. So we were able to give jobs to people who really needed them to be able to stay creative. So yeah.
We play all sorts of music. So we let our staff be in charge of the playlist, and they're amazing. A lot of them are DJs and they have a really eclectic music taste. So there's all sorts going on. Sometimes we walk in and we're like, oh, I love this album. It's like Tom Misch or like local kind of Southeast London.
Well, they said yesterday we're done with Tom Misch.
Yeah, they've overplayed it.
Yeah, overplayed it.
And then some days we have all sorts of stuff. Like it's amazing. It's really eclectic. I went in the other day and there was some sort of mad like orchestral thing going on. I was like, what is happening in here? And then you go in and there's like really aggressive rap on a Saturday morning. You're like, okay, let's get me pumped for the weekend. And
I walked in the shop the other day and Jordan Rakai was on the Sonos, and he was also sat inside the shop. I was like, this is strange.
The singer and his music in the same space. I just can't remember the name.
We can't remember the name, but we went to 2 incredible shops near the venue that we played. I can't remember what it was called.
I could look it up, but
the design was incredible, and the coffee, Taiwanese coffee, is so good. Actually, before touring anywhere in Asia, I had thought I knew about the coffee world and what my shop would look like, but then absolutely was blown away by the Asian coffee culture.